Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Rewind. That is your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Today we are going to be going over the latest episode of Bel-Air, Season 1, Episode 9, called Can't Knock the Hustle. In this episode, guys, the Banks go to church and Carlton sings a solo. So we can see that he was pretty nervous leading into it, but he sound pretty good, guys, all right? But his voice starts to crack and he runs off stage. So later on, Will tells Hillary that her brother has a problem, all right, with coke. And she was like, oh my gosh, you got to go talk to him, because she's like, I can't talk to him because I'm not even supposed to know this, and you're the one that's witnessed all this stuff. So Will goes to talk to Carlton, and Carlton really just wanted Will to leave him alone. But Will called Carlton out and reminded him that he ran to drugs the last time he was supposed to get in front of a crowd, and that was when he was supposed to recite the poem with Lisa. So Carlton tells Will that he has anxiety, and yes, he uses drugs to cope. And Will sits down with him and lets him know, look, there's no judgment. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And whenever you want to talk, I'm here. And if you ever feel like using drugs, I'm here as well. All right. And this is something that really helped Carlton out, because the conversation later on, we find out that it helped him not to use drugs that day, because he thought about doing it and Will's words turned him against it, which is so nice. I'm so happy that they're like starting to bond and get along. Next, Hillary has Jazz help her retrieve some of her things from the influencer house, and all I could think was, Kylo is gonna know you were there, girl, okay? Because his cameras are always on. But anyway, Jazz also offers to take Hillary to his place where they can eat and hang out. But Hillary was like, I have a bungalow at this hotel. We can just go there and order some room service. And I was like, oh, wow, I guess Hillary is trying to get it in, huh? Like, I didn't understand why she chose going back to her bungalow over going back to his house. I don't know, but whatever. I'm gay. Anyway, moving on. Aunt Viv has a meeting or an interview about a fellowship, and it's the original aunties, guys, Aunt Viv and Aunt Vi, who are conducting the interview. During the interview, Aunt Viv says all the right things, and when she was asked why she stopped painting, she gave what I would call a more honest answer compared to what she's been telling herself these past few years, all right? She tells him that there was a lot of pressure to deal with after completing her artwork, especially as a black woman, and always feeling the need to explain her work or defend her work. So to me, guys, it sounds like the demands from the industry sucked the fun out of her passion for art. Okay, guys, before we move on, I just want to say I have an Easter egg alert, because I think I found an Easter egg. This is one of the paintings Aunt Viv brought to the fellowship interview, and I think it's a painting of the original Uncle Phil. Now, to top it off, they had the original Aunt Viv gently smoothing her hand over the painting, and there was like a heart on the painting. She was kind of rubbing her hand over the heart. And I was like, oh, that's a really good Easter egg, guys. Rest in peace, James Avery, the original Uncle Phil. But anyway, Viv has a choice to make, because the ladies want to offer her the fellowship, but they give her 24 hours to think about it, because it comes with lots of demands and she needs to be committed for this, okay? But when Viv gets home, she starts thinking about her family and doesn't believe that things will run smoothly, especially while Phil is in the middle of the campaign. So she tries to call Janice and let her know that she can't take the fellowship, but Janice was like, there's a reason why we give people 24 hours, and I'm not going to accept an answer until the 24-hour time frame has passed, okay? Now, one thing I do appreciate Janice taking that approach. Like, no, just think about it some more. When you fully get the 24 hours, then come back to me. And another thing that I want to say is, I know that in the last recap of episode 8, I was saying that Aunt Viv has like selfish kind of tendencies. I want to make it clear that I did not mean that she had selfish tendencies when it comes to being a mother and being about her family, okay? It's clear that she is there for her family. She's a good mom, she's a good wife. What I was talking about was just her acknowledging all the support that she was getting. Like, she didn't acknowledge the support she got from her mom and from Phil and from, her sister. So to me, that was the part that made her have those selfish tendencies, because she kind of just made it about herself and the woe is me situation, but she didn't understand the sacrifices that everybody else was giving up for her. So I just wanted to make that clear. All right. She is willing once again, because she's concerned about her family. She's feeling like it's ready to fall apart. Like, she's over here looking at the fact that her daughter, Ashley, is keeping secrets from her. So she's kind of getting concerned, and she doesn't want to leave for like a year and be on tour and away from the family while she feels like things are in disarray. All right. So next, Jeffrey gives Will an envelope that holds information about his father, right? He tells Will that his father is alive, but he warns him that there could be some info in the envelope that could affect the whole family. So Will decides not to open the envelope because he's happy right now and he doesn't want to mess that up. But he also shares this information with Uncle Phil, which lets Phil know that Jeffrey went behind his back. Okay? But I like the way that Jeffrey handled the situation. He may have went behind Uncle Phil's back, but he gave Will a choice. He could have just given him the envelope and walked away, but he warned Will that this could be some life-changing stuff. So I feel like he was giving Will the choice that Phil took away from him. But instead of seeing it that way, Uncle Phil fires Jeffrey after telling him that he can no longer trust him. Look, guys, I was feeling Jeffrey, okay? I'm sorry. He was telling Phil all kinds of truths. But the thing that pissed me off the most was when Uncle Phil went and lied to Aunt Viv about why Jeffrey was taking a leave and why Will decided not to search for his father anymore. I felt like he could have told her the truth of all people. You know what I mean? That didn't make no sense. Like, especially since y'all both know the truth about what happened to Lou. So it shouldn't have been a big deal to tell her why him and G got into it and why Will decided not to open that freaking envelope. I mean, he didn't even tell her about the daggone envelope, all right? It's just, that was dumb. Anyway, moving on, guys. In this episode, Phil also gets ready for his debate with Wilkes. Steve was telling Phil to play dirty, especially if he gets backed up against a corner, right? He tells him to play dirty and tell folks that Fred cheated on his dying wife, okay? Now, Jeffrey wasn't feeling this idea either, but later on we find out that Wilkes was trying to play dirty too, because he tells Lisa about the real reason Will came out to Bel Air. Lisa wanted to ask Will about it because she didn't believe it was the truth, because she trusted Will. So when she found out that he lied to her, she felt pretty dumb, especially because she gave up the cookie, okay? But Will let her know that he was just trying to protect his Uncle Phil. So Lisa tells Will that her father plans to use this info in the debate tonight. So now Carlton and Will rush to warn Uncle Phil about it, and he realizes that he's been betrayed by the judge as well, all right? So it's like he's Julius Caesar at this point, you know what I'm saying, guys? Because the people that he thought was his friends who started off supporting his campaign are just stabbing him in the back left and right. So anyway, he goes out there, gets in front of all these people, and does the unexpected. He drops out of the race. And I was like, oh my gosh. But as he was, making his little speech, I could feel it coming. So I really wasn't surprised. But I think it was the best decision for him and his family, because he broke the law, at the end of the day. And they might have had him face some serious penalties for that. You never know. He could have lost his law license and everything, and his livelihood could have been affected and all of that stuff. But now this leaves the opportunity for him to become a judge. So after he shakes Fred's hand and says, "Make me proud," he goes over to hug his family, then tells Viv that she needs to promise him that she's going to take that fellowship. And I was like, that's right, Uncle Phil. Jump right back in there and support your wife's dreams. And Aunt Viv, stop playing, boo, okay? Go get yours, girl. Take that fellowship, because if you don't, ain't gonna be nobody to blame but yourself, okay? And that was the recap for today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.